Miss Alina Hart stood at the front of her classroom with trembling hands, not from fear, but from restraint. She dabbed the corner of her lip with the sleeve of her blouse. The silence in the room was unbearable. No one moved. No one breathed. Her students, dozens of them, sat frozen in their chairs, wide-eyed and stunned. A moment ago, one of their own had crossed an invisible line. Tyson Vale, the golden boy of Crest Hill High School, had stood up, walked to her desk, and slapped her across the face. It wasn't just a physical blow. It echoed with every ounce of humiliation, disrespect, and injustice she'd swallowed since the beginning of her teaching career. And something inside her, something long buried, shifted. She hadn't come here for this. At 31, Alina Hart had left behind a successful corporate marketing job, a corner office, and a life of comfort. She'd crossed the country chasing something deeper, the chance to teach literature, to help shape young minds through language, poetry, and compassion. She didn't expect it to be easy, but she never expected this. Crest Hill was a mess, overcrowded, underfunded, ruled by a toxic culture that rewarded popularity over kindness. And at the top of it all was The Circle, 5 seniors from wealthy families who believed rules didn't apply to them. Tyson Vale led them rich, untouchable, and used to getting his way. His father sat on the school board. He was charming, athletic, and dangerous in that particular way entitled boys become when no one ever holds them accountable. Alongside him were Dax, Milo, Jaren, and Zane, big personalities, bigger egos, and no maturity. From the start, they had targeted Alina. They mocked her, sabotaged her, humiliated her. Fake emails, obscene notes, even private recordings played through classroom speakers. She reported it again and again. Nothing changed. "Boys will be boys," Principal Carver once said, shrugging with a nervous laugh. "Just don't let them get under your skin." But they had. Slowly, constantly, until Thursday. Rain tapped softly on the windows. The room smelled like chalk and damp notebooks. Alina stood at the front of the class, discussing To Kill a Mockingbird. She spoke of empathy, of standing strong in the face of cruelty. She quoted Atticus Finch. Tyson raised his hand, grinning. "Yes, Tyson?" she asked cautiously. "I just don't get it. Why didn't this Atticus guy just slap the judge and take what he wanted? Would have been faster." The class laughed. Alina didn't, because violence isn't strength, she said gently. Real strength is staying calm when others choose cruelty. It takes more courage to walk away. His grin faded. He stood, walked up to her. "Let's test that theory," he said. Then came the slap. Alina staggered slightly, one hand to her cheek. Not hurt, stunned. Even Tyson looked shocked at what he'd done. Her eyes locked on his, calm, steady. "Tyson," she said, voice even. "I'm going to give you one chance to step back." "You don't want to know who I really am," he laughed. "Or what, you'll cry?" But she didn't. She saw the dojo in her memory, her uncle in Okinawa. Years of breath control, precision, balance, control. Her black belt wasn't for show, it was a vow. To defend, never to harm. She removed her cardigan slowly, folded it, placed it on the desk. Tyson lunged. She moved smoothly, deliberately. Sidestep, wrist grab, arm twist. A gentle but effective takedown. Tyson hit the floor, yelping. Dax and Milo ran at her. Mistake. She blocked one, flipped the other. No anger, no aggression, just control. And then she stood still. "Enough," she said. "I will not be a victim in my own classroom." The room was silent. Phones out, recordings underway. She picked up her cardigan, slipped it back on, then helped Tyson up. Violence is a choice. You made yours. Now face the consequences. By the end of the day, the video had gone viral. Parents called in. News stations asked questions. Tyson and his group were expelled. Principal Carver was suspended. For the first time, the school began to confront the rot inside it. Alina expected punishment. Instead, she was applauded. "You acted with restraint and courage," the superintendent told her. "You have our full support." Soon, she was leading Strength with Grace, a program blending self-defense with emotional awareness. Victims came forward. Teachers spoke up. Students found their voice. But Alina didn't change who she was. Still quoting Maya Angelou in the halls. still reading Shakespeare under the trees. The difference? Now, they listened. Months later, a letter came from Tyson. An apology. Therapy had helped him face truths he'd buried about his family, his insecurities, his need to dominate. "You taking me down that day," he wrote, "did more to wake me up than all the years of privilege ever did." Elena cried not from pride, from hope, because change had begun.